What's up, guys? Sean Don coming back with part 2 of me roasting my technique from my early season competitions. Yeah, here is my 74 22-meter throw from March 10th of this year. It's a very early season opener. Yeah. So much excitement for such bad technique. Okay, so if you just watched my Mount Sac 2018 technical analysis, like I said, ball drops and I lose posture and left side axis is pretty rough, and yeah, it's just not great. This throw is, I think, a little bit better technically, just a hint, but yeah, still not great. I just remember this day the ball feeling really heavy. This is my first time throwing like a Nishi hammer that I compete with, and it just felt so much longer and heavier than a normal 16-pound ball. It felt like a damn 8K. Luckily, I didn't have that problem this past weekend at Mount Sac because I've been training with it, so it's all good. But as you can see here in the winds, my right shoulder or right elbow still kind of pulls down and down again. And then as you can see with this downward motion of this right elbow, my shoulders come forward. Boom, shoulders come forward, and I lose posture just a little bit. But I forget what balls I was throwing here in training, but my feet are not as wide, at least they don't look as wide, I think. Or maybe I just do a better job of working around this left side. But you can see some more weight on this right side. That's my left side. What am I talking about? More weight on my left side in this entry as opposed to my Mount Sac entry. And then you can see more pressure from this right leg trying to keep me over there, which is good. I'm setting up that left side axis better immediately right out of the entry. And as you can see, left side leads here just a bit. Ball's there, left side's opening up. Trying to work the ball over there. Trying to work the ball. We can still see there's this lift. It's not as noticeable. Lift right there. Boom, from there to there. From 0 to 90, I lift my shoulders and my hands. In all seriousness, though, that's actually like a decent position. Decent. Not great, but decent. I forget where I was going with this. But ball drops, comes across, goes up just a little bit, I lift a little bit, and I really sent the ball out there better than I did with my throw from Mount Sac. And you can see this position is way better. Holy crap. Shoulders, hips, squared up very nicely. Ball comes around. I catch the ball earlier, and my position is better here. Like I said before, my hips were way back there, shoulders were way forward. Once again, I still think this could be shoulders just back just a little bit more, but this is better than Mount Sac, which unfortunately this was like 6 weeks before Mount Sac, so I had apparently taken steps backwards in my technique, which is okay. No one's perfect, but I think I've gotten back to what I need to work on. And then, as you can see, look at that left foot opening just a little early. It doesn't flop though like it did at Mount Sac, so that's good. But you can still see this left side leading the ball, much more squared up though, much more squared up than I was at Mount Sac by this point. You can see that right side working into the left already. So like whereas I was really pulling with the left side of Mount Sac, I'm not pulling nearly as much here. Right side's working to the left side, but there still is a little bit of left side straightening and left side pulling. But that's decent. That's not bad. The more I look at this throw, the more grateful I guess I should be for it. Decent positions coming through. Left shoulder leading just a little bit. You can see the ball way back there in my left shoulder head. Much more squared up right side though. And then I come around this left side axis way better in this throw I didn't look. See, so that's a catch position right there. Holy crap! Look where that ball is. That is something else. Fucking 180, 270. I can't do math. What is that, like 210? 225, something like that. I don't know. But that is a good catch, and I think this is part of the reason why this throw went 74 meters as opposed to the other throw going 72 meters. I catch it earlier. Posture is better here. Look at that. So now we're talking hips more under the shoulders. Still missing out on, like, what would this be, like 6 inches in real life? But it's great. It's much better. Catch early as hell. I guess maybe that's a benefit of the ball feeling like an AK. And then working it through. Left side axis is very good. Shoulders, hips, foot. Left side axis, working it through, working it through, working it through. Look at that right side, turn into that left side. Still straightening that left side a little bit and leading it just a hair. But honestly, not bad at all. Look at that right side, turning. Very patient left side. And I don't pull back nearly as much. I do a little bit, but not nearly as much as I did in Mount Sac. Once again, good position here. Squared up. Almost a gnarly catch like I did on the last turn, but foot comes down just a touch late. That's still a very good catch position. Not as good, but still pretty good. I guess that's maybe comparable to the last turn, but hips under the shoulders. Shoulders could be back a little bit. You can see my shoulders starting to get pulled forward just a bit because I'm getting long and the ball's starting to move. But then I kind of settle into that left side axis once again. Shoulder, hip, knee, heel, all lined up. Awesome. I wish I would have looked at this immediately after I'd done it, and I would have said, hey, this isn't actually as bad as you think it is. And it didn't look great in person according to Colin Dunbar, but this doesn't look nearly as bad as I did it this past weekend at Mount Sac. But then as you see, so yeah, left side axis is still pretty solid. You can still see, and I think maybe this is a result of my left arm being longer than my right, but you can see this ball's there, straight line with my right side, but my left side leads a little bit. And like I said, I think that's just anatomical differences. But who knows? Right side works into left, which is great, but then you can see shoulders go back and pull just a little bit here. I think that's kind of me trying to fight back into the sector rather than let it take me outside and counter. So I guess it's a counter technically, but not in a good way. But I guess it's me just trying to save the throw. And that's a sweet catch right there. Once again, 180, 270, that's like 210-ish. Great catch, hips under shoulders nice and long and relaxed. And then, boom. Standing up on that left side a little bit, but you can still see that left side axis. It's very solid, very steady. And as you come through, I'm pulling just a little bit, just a hair. Ooh, that's how you know you have a good release, or at least better. There's no movement. You can literally see the force go up through my legs, through the hips, and then transfer to my arms. Very little movement in that frame of my lower body and shoulders. Ball comes through, even there, boom, same thing. Look at that kinetic chain. Feet, knees, hips, core, hands, arms, all that stuff comes through. And then a little funky release. Like I said, I was working a little bit towards down that red sector line, and I think if I wouldn't have done that, then I probably would have toe fouled at the front, or at least caught the cage on the way out. But man, looking at that throw makes me feel way better about it. I said, I think I call it was a flaming bag of shit. That's what I call my technique during this throw. And honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still not great. But it's getting there. I think if I could get back to this and then some, we'd be seeing some real bombs be dropped, much more squared up, much more level. Back to the basics in terms of what I want to do. And once again, you can see the orbit in this throw, like I mentioned at the end of the last video. The orbit doesn't shift nearly as much. Instead of me trying to fight against the orbit and go left as the, well, I guess it'd be backwards, go as the ball goes right, my body doesn't go back to the left. This one, my body goes with the ball each time. So like as the ball goes left and forward, my body goes left and forward. And by left and forward, I mean my left as the thrower, not your left as the viewer, in case you guys think I'm just crazy. But, so yeah, as you can see, ball goes left, I kind of go with it. Ball goes left, I kind of go with it. Ball goes left, I go with it more. Ball goes left, I go with it more. And then that's the only time I go back is right there. But that's just, and I still even salvaged that and hit a pretty good finish. So, yeah, that's this video. This was good for me because I figured out that maybe I don't suck as much as I think I do. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Tune in to next episode of Sean Don roasts his technique. I competed Drake relays this weekend, so we'll see if my technique can hold up there. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, like, share it, all that stuff. I really don't care. I'm just doing this stuff for fun now. So, alright, peace out.